Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights. So day 4, one of my favorite days. We have under 81s and under 63. Definitely some of the most exciting judoka on the planet. Here's one of them in action, Grigolashvili. And he was world champion from last year, but he didn't reclaim the crown this time. Although Grigolashvili, he has been world champion 3 times in the last 3 years, so it's about time that he hands it over to someone else. It's always nice to see new world champions and up-and-coming stars. So we'll start with under 81s, and I'm going to start with Takayev because he was one of the favorites that I picked to win. And he had some really incredible judo throughout the day. This front Uchimata, I mean, this is as good as it gets, if you ask me. Actually, no, maybe it can be a little bit better. How about this Uchimata from Takayev? Now Wazari, because that was a massive overthrow, such height, but then he takes it to the ground, and he does have some nice armbar submissions on the ground, this Jujigatame. Now in my predictions video I did say that Takayev and Grigolashvili, they were in different pools, but it was possible for them to meet each other in the semi-finals, and that did happen. But first we got to see a rematch of this World Championship final between Grigolashvili and Cass. Now the great thing about these two, every time they go up against each other and fight against each other, they kind of find new ways to throw each other. The last couple of times we saw kind of big pickups, but this time a little bit more kind of ashiwaza and sacrifice throws. So into the golden score and a yuko apiece. And Grigolashvili, bit of a tactical play here. I mean, he is good with the ashiwaza, very good with the ashiwaza, but this kind of Uchimata while holding the arm like that, and then going in for a technique like this. Not going to throw Cass, but it just looks good in the eyes of the referee, and that's what happened. Cass gets a third Shido here. Now Cass unfortunately had to fight some really big names, and in the repechage he lost to Lee, this Kataguruma here. Now the semi-final, Takayev versus Grigolashvili. I thought the last time these two fought, I think Grigolashvili got a little bit lucky, but this time, I mean, he threw him twice, just for yukos, but still dominated the contest and won that semi-final. So the final was up against this man here, Arbuzov, and Arbuzov, so young. He's only 21 years of age, but every time he goes out onto the tatami, he just gets a little bit better. His ashiwaza was just working for him, all sorts of techniques, and he's really flexible, good newaza as well, defensively amazing, good counters as well. So I think for a long time Arbuzov, unless he falls off the rails like maybe Ardamian did, but I think he's going to be a problem for under 81s for a very long time. Have a look at this newaza transition, just knows exactly what to do. And then when he gets into the position as well, just a lot of good dexterity with the hips. No one's getting out of this. And so the fight between these two, a bit of a battle. A lot of interesting exchanges kind of going between tachiwaza and newaza, which is always good to see. And Arbuzov really tested Grigolashvili's gas tank, which doesn't seem to be a huge problem these days. But I guess the issue for Grigolashvili is, how do you control this kind of flexible spider just going all over the place, looking for attacks whenever he can? How do you just get him to stop in one position so you can land one of those big techniques? So we've seen this contest before, and I mean, Arbuzov always just kind of seems to be in control of the situation. The last time they went out, Grigolashvili did win that contest, but it was Arbuzov this time. And he gets a beautiful counter here. So he might be the youngest Russian world champion at this weight class. I'm sure there have been other Russian champions just as young as him, but 21 years of age, world champion in judo. Pretty spectacular. Actually, here's a little bit more Arbuzov for you guys. And his opponent is Togiev. And Togiev, someone who I hadn't heard of before. Fights at under 81s for Uzbekistan, but he was the one who took out Nagase. It was his first contest. and took him deep into golden score and won by Shido. Some people on Twitter, Japanese Twitter, or X as they say, were saying that Nagase didn't look good. They thought he was sweating in a weird way, but I think you're just giving him excuses. He just got beat, and I think it's against someone that he hadn't really fought before. I think Nagase at this point of his career is good at game planning, good at finding holes, and when someone brings a pace and just goes out and attacks, and he's not used to those attacks, he's gonna lose. So that's what happened here, the third Shido, and Nagase kind of acknowledges it. Actually, at the moment, 90s is happening, and I won't say who, but someone has been eliminated in their first round contest, and let's just say there hasn't been an Olympic champion yet who hasn't been eliminated. And so far, the best performance is probably Abe Hifumi taking a bronze after the Olympics. So judo, it's a very tough game, and I would like to just kind of see who has won a world championship after taking an Olympic gold. It's a very hard and challenging thing to do. Now this is the bronze medal contest against Lee and Tojiev, and this is kind of what you have to do against Tojiev, and it's definitely what Nagase can't do. Just fight at a faster pace and find the holes. That's what Lee is very good at. Now the other bronze medal, we had Tatalashvili against Takayev. Now there is a nice little exchange after this clip here in the newaza from Takayev. We did see his Juji Gatame earlier, but there was no score from it, although it is a nice exchange, so I'll just show you guys. But this contest was decided by Shido, and Takayev, he takes the bronze. So it's good to see. I think Takayev has real talent, and I think he'll be up there at some point, maybe taking gold at a Masters, a World Championships, or an Olympics. It would be good to see one day. Now there are a couple of other things that I want to show you guys from under 81s, but it's already pretty deep into the video and I haven't talked about the women's yet. So I'll just play some ippons and other interesting things at the end of the video. So for the women's, taking gold at under 63 was Kaju from Japan. Definitely a problem on the ground, winning her gold medal in the newaza, as you can see here. And I will show you just one more clip because this is a really nice angle. So this is a really nice sequence here. A really nice transition into the newaza from the tachiwaza, jumps straight on the choke and locks it in. It's not your traditional clock choke, so I'm not actually quite sure what to call this, but it is very, very nice. Now this is Fazliu versus Silva for one of the bronze medals. And the silver that she's throwing is not the silver here on the other side of the bracket, so it was quite interesting. There were two silvers fighting in the semi-finals, and then they both lost and went through into the bronze medal contests, and both lost. But the silver here, and this is the quarterfinal, so she's up against Fazliu. This is the other silver, by the way, wins this contest with a beautiful uchimata. And Fazliu had a really nice one of her own, this kind of spinning uchimata. And here is another one from Silva. So she just had really big techniques throughout the day. So I'm going to leave you guys here. I do want to go and watch the under 90s, see Tajima and Murao happening right now. And it is getting late here, so here's some final highlights from under 81s. Have a look, leave a comment. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.
Against Zakayev from Azerbaijan.
Oh! You look at it. There's a well, he gets a Shido for that drop there. Adaguruma.
Oh, from the other side. First
2 scores in, should I say? And there's the reverse Sianagi.
Oh,
that's a score. Now, Wazari scored there.
Yeah, this is what Sterpo wants, to have that hand on the back. Oh, and the shoulder throw.
And he's going to score again.
It has to be Wazari.
Person in this competition, every one of them, and he's beaten them, I think, by ippon. Oh!
Sorry. Beautifully executed. That was fabulous. So Wazari there. When he connects, he's very dangerous. But Sodi there, Kochigari, what a change of direction. Fabulous combination there.
The Olympic bronze medalist, the world #1, Samon Makhmadbekov.
And there's the winning throw.